So in this video, I want to briefly talk about Brittany Renner going on DJ Academic's podcast with Fresh and Fit. A lot of you have sent me this video. You want me to talk about it. And the way I'm seeing a lot of Black women discuss this, like it's a win for us, as if Brittany was speaking for Black women or defending Black women as a collective, is a little disturbing to me. So I wanted to come on and briefly give my unpopular opinion. So I keep hearing Black women say that Brittany, quote unquote, took down Fresh and Fit based on this short clip that is circulating.
What do you gain from telling girls that they're not special? How does that make you feel? I mean, I know everything is a joke, but I'm asking you a real question. So how does that make you feel? Because if I say you're a bitch ass nigga, that does something for me, right? If I insult you, or if I tell you you're not special, you're forgettable, what does that do for me? No, but that doesn't, but that's what I'm saying. No, but I'm saying, what if I call you, if I just say that, again, you're forgettable. That's why I didn't want to do you guys' podcast. Forgettable. Hate the setup. The name is underwhelming. I didn't really see the value in it.
And a lot of you got a sense of satisfaction from it because of what happened recently with Fresh and Fit and Asian Doll, as well as the resurfaced clip that came out with them saying they don't date Black women or night riders. And while I understand why you guys got a sense of satisfaction from Brittany speaking to Fresh and Fit the way she was speaking to them, I did my own research and I watched more of the podcast. And after that one small part where she was going off on them and defending herself, keyword herself, because she wasn't defending Black women. She was defending herself against Fresh and Fit, saying she wasn't special. But after that, the interview went pretty smoothly. She agreed with most of what Fresh and Fit said. She complimented them on their show. She even said that she would make an appearance on their podcast in the future.
I definitely am so excited that I got to sit down and meet you guys, and thank you for bringing us together too. I really appreciate you guys. Like, I was really looking forward to meeting you.
Fresh and Fit 2022.
Hey, I'm down. I'm honestly, I would be up for the challenge because I don't like the setup, and there's so many voices in there. I feel like it would actually be a good space for me to grow in.
I'll be there with you, Brittany. I'm telling you.
Okay, we'll go to Miami.
Okay, there you go.
So I think it's important for Black women especially to stop running with these small video clips that people put out, specifically for shock value, and do your own research before you start clapping for people that really don't deserve your applause. I have nothing personal against Brittany, but this situation really had nothing to do with Black women. And in my opinion, we should have just observed silently and moved on. This was between Black men and their preference. And I do want to acknowledge what some Black women were saying about Fresh and Fit being a lot softer with Brittany as opposed to Asian Doll. I agree with that. Black men are easier on light-skinned biracial women. They are a bit more gentle with them than they are dark-skinned women. I do agree with that. But at this point, I think it's something dark-skinned women should just expect and accept and move on. We need to stop going on their shows and their podcasts, stop watching them, stop engaging under their videos, and let them and their preferences as well as other Black men carry the show. It's time to remove ourselves from the equation and stay out of everything they have going on. Because in my opinion, Brittany didn't do anything but bring these men more popularity. She didn't defend Black women. Nothing she said or did benefited Black women. She was looking out for herself, as she should, right? I'm not mad at her for that. But I just want Black women to recognize it for what it is. And I want Black women to understand something about Brittany. Because of her reputation among Black men as a gold digger, Brittany is on an apology tour to restore her gold digging reputation and get back in the good graces of Black men and high value men in general. She said right in the interview that she didn't get what she wanted trying to finesse. Before the baby, she thought, like a lot of quote unquote city girls do, oh, I'll secure the bag with the baby, and ladies, you can do it too, and all you got to do is get some dumb athlete to hit it raw. And now she's realizing that a baby is a full-time job and single motherhood ain't all that fun. And not only that, but she's not cashing in like she thought she would with child support, apparently because of the state she lives in.
I didn't get what I wanted because I wanted the white picket fence. I wanted to be with him.
From financial sense, like the
but I didn't even get that either, because having a child that's a full-time job, and I couldn't do it without my mom. I'm here because my mom is watching my son while I'm gone, so I don't think, I think that's another thing too that really needs to be talked about, is that what you think you're going to get in child support is nothing like what all you hear in the songs and what people are saying. The court system and how child support is very different. And it is to cover the needs of the child. So it's not like because I have an MBA baby daddy, I'm gonna get $20,000 a month. Alimony is very different than child support. And I think that's where people get that confused. Dr. Dre's wife, that was his wife for X amount of years. All these factors play into it.
So in a sense, her plan backfired and now she's looking for another bag. And this time she wants to secure it through marriage. But in order to do that, she has to go on this gold digging redemption tour to prove to other wealthy men that she's worthy to be a wife. So let this be a lesson to the young women that are trying to be like Brittany and think that you can get a bag off of child support. Babies aren't accessories. They are a huge responsibility. And a lot of women who take this route to get the bag are finding that out. The women who are having all these babies for future, women like that. They, along with Brittany, are learning the hard way. And Brittany in particular, her finessing didn't pay off like she thought it would. That is why she keeps going on these podcasts. She went on Kevin Samuels' platform. She accepted an invitation from a black man to come on and explain to young upcoming black male athletes what certain women like her do to finesse them and get their money. She went on DJ Academic's platform. She's going on Fresh and Fit's podcast. She's making her rounds, and she thinks that by being so transparent and telling black men, oh, I'm not really like that, I just leaned into the villain role. That's what she said on DJ Academic's podcast. That's not really who I am. She's trying to restore her reputation. And the reason she felt so offended that Fresh and Fit said that she wasn't special and was like every other girl is because she wants to feel special by black men. As one of their phenotypical preferences, she seeks their validation, and she's trying to wash off that stain, so to speak, of being a gold digger because she's trying to secure another bag with a wealthy black man. And this is not to say that Brittany can't possibly get a rich non-black man if she wanted, but her stock is highest with black men. Most white men at this point aren't going to put her on a pedestal the way black men do, especially now that she has a black child and has the reputation that she does. And she knows this. She knows at this point that it'll be easier to secure a black baller than a white one. So that is who she's trying to appeal to right now. So for those thinking she doesn't want the validation and approval from black men, that is inaccurate because her actions prove it. There's not much difference from her and women like Asian Doll, to be honest. If you ask me, Brittany Renner, she has low self-esteem and a low sense of self-worth as well. And I don't know if black women aren't picking up on that because she's a light-skinned biracial woman, because we're so used to only telling dark-skinned black women how low their self-esteem is. Like many other women don't have the same issue. But nothing that she has done thus far shows her to be a woman with dignity and self-respect. I mean, look at the men she's trying to appeal to. And I find it a bit strange that black women are speaking about Brittany like she's smart with how she moves with men. And don't get me wrong, she is better off than 99% of baby mamas who have kids with black men. That is for sure. So she played her cards right to a certain extent, but not as good as she could have played them, in my opinion. Her doing a public video showing her face, telling other women how to finesse black male athletes and writing a book about it, it just wasn't smart. And I say that because now she's having to backtrack, prove that she's not a gold digger or a predator that preys on young black men because they're calling her a predator. And that was very, very stressful for her. She's really had to do a lot to try to come back from that. She's really going hard right now to restore her reputation so she can secure another baller and get the husband and family that she says that she wants. The high value husband and family that she says that she wants. And this is not to say that she can't still get that, but because she's run her mouth so much about being a finesser, it may be harder for her to do that. It will likely be harder for her to do that. Despite her, being conventionally attractive and having access to high value men, is she still attractive to them? Yes, but she's kind of put herself in the pump and dump category. And for those women who are going to say, oh, Chrissy, that's misogyny, that's not right, ask yourself, would you want your son to date Brittany Renner? A woman who wrote a book about finessing athletes? Be honest. And look, a lot of women do it and they just don't say nothing. But that is the point. This is just one of those things you shouldn't say. Most men, unless they're tricks or sugar daddies, they don't just want to be a bag. You don't want a woman dating your son just for his bag, only for his bag. So while I think it's in a woman's nature to be hypergamous, unless you're strictly out to get the bag, Black women, which I think most of you here, you want more than a bag. You want a husband, you want a family, you want compatibility. Money is not the only thing that matters to you. And as much as I speak on hypergamy, money is not the only thing that matters to me either. And my point is, you need to play your cards right, and you don't want to do what Brittany did. You need to protect your reputation. I speak all the time on this channel about guarding your reputation with your life. And even though some of what we have to do to protect our reputation is unfair, and it plays into the patriarchy, as the feminists like to say, you either want to win or you don't. You want to be hypergamous, you want to be kept, even if you don't want to be married, you want to date and be provided for, you got to play the game. And what Brittany did is make it harder for herself by being way too loud and seen with her finessing, and now she's doing damage control. That is what she is doing. Not saying it's impossible to course correct after what she did, but the chances are slim, and you'll make it easier on yourself if you don't announce to the world that you are trying to finesse. Just move in silence and just do what you do. Just date hypergamously. You don't have to announce it. And obviously, women like me who have channels, we do come on here, we encourage hypergamy, we do talk about it, especially to Black women, because most Black women weren't taught to be hypergamous. So we get up here and say what other groups of women don't usually say because they're already taught to do it. So that's why I and women like me say it out loud. But I would never suggest getting on camera, showing your real name and picture, talking about how to finesse men and writing books on it, especially if you haven't secured your position with a high value man and you still want to do that. Again, if you want to be a lifelong sugar baby or something like that, that's different, and you're gonna have to accept everything that comes with that. And if that's all Brittany wanted, then she wouldn't be on this gold digging apology tour right now. She would just be living her life. And so it's very, very important to also know what you want and take the easiest route to get there. Don't be putting up all these obstacles for yourself. You don't want to do what Brittany did, because you're going to have to do all this backflipping to try to redeem yourself. Brittany is not goals. She should not be looked up to by young Black women or be a blueprint for them. And I'm saying that because of the way I see some Black women talking about her and looking up to her. She even said on the podcast with DJ Academics that women write her and say, oh, how can I be like you? And I can guarantee you that most of them are young Black women. And it's very disturbing to me. So I just want you to know what you're looking at, because a lot of us seem to be confused. So that's all I wanted to say on this. Let me know what you think about it down in the comment section, and I'll catch up with you in the next video.